Welcome back to the Tea with
Block 43.
My name is Tia,
My name is Nicole.
and we are going to tell you the real spill and what's going on this week. So, first things first, let's talk about our brain teasers. So, what was the riddle for this week?
Let's pull it up. Block 43. This is where to find the riddles. Just go on the regular page. I'm not sure if you can see it. Maybe not.
We post the riddle every week on our Instagram page, whether you see it on our story or on our feed. So if you go on our timeline, it will have the riddle, and all you have to do is simply DM us, respond to it, and maybe you'll be the lucky winner of the week.
Yep. Each week we choose the Block 43's Genius of the Week, and this week we had a bunch of answers. Okay, so this week's riddle, this is what it looks like, guys. It says, I speak without a mouth and hear without ears. I have no body, but I come alive with the wind. What am I?
So what was it?
The answer was an echo. So this week's Genius of the Week is
Isaiah E. So congratulations, Isaiah. We will send you an email when your prize is ready for you to come pick up. And now we are going to have a new brain teaser of the week. And what's that riddle, Kamani?
all right. The more you take out, the bigger it becomes. What am I? So that is this week's riddle. If you know what I am, make sure you DM us with your name, first and last name, and we will enter you in next week's drawing. We have a new riddle coming at you each week, so don't be discouraged just because you don't get selected one week. Doesn't mean that you'll never be Block 43's Genius of the Week.
That is absolutely correct. So you heard it here first, you guys. Definitely stay tuned to our brain teaser of the week so you can be our next Genius of the Week.
Yeah.
So let's go on to talk about RoomSync. So RoomSync is an app we're pairing up with this year. It's very cool, it's very simple, it's very easy, very fun. I'm not sure if y'all heard about Tinder, but Tinder is basically what it is, but for roommates. So if you like them, swipe left. If you don't, swipe right.
Yeah.
Tell them a little bit more.
I think that RoomSync is very effective. You basically fill out everything about yourselves, the good and the bad, as honest as you can. And then they do the same. And then let's say Tia said that she has OCD about her kitchen, and I do as well. We'll be the perfect match.
Yeah, so also just to be more genuine, because you know everybody makes themselves look good on the survey, you can check out their Instagram pages, their Twitter accounts, just to see who they really are. But moving on, we also want to let you know that RoomSync will only be available to our current residents who are renewing with us and our new residents who have signed a lease officially. So that means if you have a co-signer and they haven't signed, that means your lease is not official yet. So make sure you sign your lease in full so that way you can get your RoomSync profile set up.
Yeah, and that moves us on to our specials. We still have the same specials from last Thursday. Make sure you take advantage of those specials. If you want to do a summer move-in, if you want to move in August, you get $225 off your first month's rent. And if you sign your lease in 24 hours, you get your move-in fees waived. So make sure you take advantage of that. Go ahead and get your leases signed. Applications are only $20 right now, not that $50. So take advantage of that as well. We are still accepting applications. We just got our new schedules for school to start back. So we are super excited for you guys to come stay with us at Block 43.
Yes, and indeed we are excited to work with you guys. So if that prompted you to find a place to stay in Greensboro closer to your campus, give us a call. We're ready to speak with you, and we're ready to get that lease sent out to you and get you approved. So let's talk about the move outs. So for our current residents, I hope you are tuning in. It's very important that you know what needs to be turned in, know what doesn't need to be left before you move out. Because your lease is about to end July 31st if you have not renewed with us. So let's talk a little bit about that. Kamani, what do you think they need to move out?
Well, first things first, you need to make sure your apartment is 1,000% empty. Check up under the mattress, just in case you left some money up under there. Check up under the bed. Make sure you check in your closet. Make sure everything is completely empty, but not just empty, completely clean. I think that it would be best that you make sure everything is spotless just as you came in, to be, I don't know what the word I'm looking for. But yeah, so do that and then you can move on to the next step.
So the next step will be to go to the office, get a envelope. It's going to look very similar to what we post on our social media page, and it's either red or black. You will fill out that envelope, make sure you put your first and last name on it, your forwarding address, and complete out the checklist. You will need to turn in 3 keys, which includes your front door, your bedroom door, your mailbox key. You also need to turn in your key fob, which allows you to the amenities that we have that are about to open up. We'll talk to you about that soon. Also, you have to turn in your parking pass and your VIP pass.
Mm-hmm.
So there are 6 things you need to turn in that little envelope, so just make sure we get it.
Yep. And then after that, you just wait for us to reach out to you with your deposit. If you did pay a deposit, this is when you make sure your room is completely spotless, everything is put together. If something is broken, make sure you go ahead and put that work order in now before you move out. Yep.
And here's an extra tip. If you had those pictures when you first moved in of those minor scratches on the wall and you don't want to be charged for it, please send them to us because we won't charge you for something you did not do. What we are also going to check is the move-in condition form that you completed before you moved in or after you moved in. And we're going to make sure those minor things that you put on there are not affecting you when you move out.
And that also goes for our future residents. When you move in, it is critical for you to fill out that form so when you move out, you do not have to deal with those charges. Fill it out to a T. You might need to get on the floor, make sure everything's good up there. Get on a ladder, make sure everything is good up there. You know, just make sure everything is perfect for you guys. And if it's not, if there is some minor issues, make sure you mark it on your move-in sheet, and so you won't get charged for it.
And that is absolutely right. So let's talk about our amenities. Would you like to start us off?
Yes. Although our amenities are not currently open, we're still going to highlight some. I know a lot of you guys have not seen our new clubhouse. We're excited for it to open back up so you guys can take advantage of those. We have 2 clubhouses. One has a saltwater pool, one has a chlorine pool. Both of them have fitness areas as well as study rooms and computer labs. Those are just a couple of our amazing amenities that we have, and we just want to make sure when they do open back up, we take advantage of using all those amazing things, but still be careful, be safe, and still practice social distancing.
Yes, so in addition to that, please check your emails as if you have already received the phase 1 email as we are trying to get back to normal. We just want to make sure everybody is on the same page, everyone is remaining safe, and not only you guys, but us as well. So definitely pay attention to those details so that way we can move forward. Now we're going to go into a Q&A. So let's start with the first couple of questions. We get this a lot. Can we still renew? So the answer is yes, but I'm going to add on to that. Your spot may or may not be here because the deadline to renew was in April. So now it's May. So we just have to make sure if your spot is still available. If not, we have a renewal transfer process in here, which requires you to move out and move back in. So just give us a call and we will work with you.
Yeah. And that moves us to our next question. When will we know move-in dates? Tia, can you touch bases on that?
So our standardized move-in date is August 16th. You will receive additional information on that depending on your address. Clifton Street will move in a little bit earlier than Hewitt Street, and we will give you more details on that, but don't worry about that until you receive your placement lease with your address.
Yep. Our next question is, how much does it cost to break a lease?
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Okay, so subleases are over. The deadline to do that was May 1st. So unfortunately you can't do that, but if you want to know for the next lease term, in case you do graduate in May and you signed a lease to end in July, and all the paperwork must be done by May 1st. Basically you have to find someone to apply for your spot. They have to be approved. After they are approved, they will be sent roommate matching. All of the current residents in there have to respond. After responses are received, then we will send them a placement lease for that spot. But before we can even send the lease, the current leaseholder has to pay a $200 sublease fee. So make sure all those steps are taken into place before that action occurs, and then we can get that ready for you to get out of your lease.
Yep, but as of right now, if you do want to move out, you can turn in your keys, but you will still be accountable for all the rest of the month's rent. You still have to pay that because it is a legal binding agreement. So yeah.
Yep. So is your deposit refundable? So we have tons of deposits here, so let's make sure we're talking about them correctly. The first one will be your security deposit, which is based on your credit score when you first got approved. Now there's also a deposit if you are bringing a fur baby. So depending on what fur baby you have, if you register it and it's registered with the property, there will be a $400 non-refundable deposit, just in case your fur baby makes some messes here and there. But the first deposit I mentioned, which is based on your credit score, that one is completely refundable as long as you personally have not done any damages in the apartment.
So are you allowed to rent 2 rooms?
So the answer is yes, but keep in mind we are a student community. There are some different resident qualifying criteria with that. So if you are coming in by yourself and you want to self-qualify, you must make 9 times the market rate, and you must be a student. If you need a co-signer must make 11 times the market rate.
Mm-hmm. All right, and our last question, which we have previously answered, is when will roommate matching be done?
And the answer to that is
after you sign your lease.
After you sign your lease.
After you sign your lease. So once you sign your lease, you will get information about roommate matching. And yeah, if you want us to, if you have preferred roommates beforehand, there is some slots on the application that you can fill that out, as well as call us and let us know who you would like to prefer, but you will also still have to match with those roommates after you inform us about that.
Absolutely.
So, wait, do you guys have any questions?
Yes, please let us know if you have any questions. Feel free to join our live. If you want to make it more personable, we'll be here to answer your questions.
And just to reiterate, I know we said it last time, but our office hours, we are still open Monday through Friday from 9 to 6 p.m. and on Saturday from 12 to 4, but only for calls and emails.
Absolutely.
All right, since we do not have any more questions, if you do have a question, just make sure you go ahead and DM us. We will answer it on Thursday's episode. Since we do not have any more questions on this episode, like we told you earlier, we will have a special guest.
So our special guest is a lucky one. His name is Jarian Johnson, and he is here with us today, and he will be answering some questions that we have for him. So let's welcome Jarian.
Now, Jarian isn't just one of our residents. Jarian also is our social media influencer, as well as our on-site personal trainer.
Yes.
So, Jarian, first things first is how are you today?
I'm wonderful. You know, two-time winner of the weekly Riddle.
Oh, yes.
What can I say?
Yes.
He has been a Genius of the Week 2 times.
Probably Genius of the Month.
Ooh, wow.
All right, so let's get started into our Q&A. So, how long have you lived here?
I've been living in Block 43 for 3 years.
Awesome.
And you enjoyed all 3?
Yes.
Absolutely. So what is the best Block 43 event that you have attended?
The best Block 43 event I attended was last year's pool party.
Yes.
Ooh,
So what made it so fun? Like, what did you like about it the most?
We was cooking on the grill.
Shout out to Kendall.
Shout out to Kendall.
Yes, girl, man, that was good.
Kendall was on the grill. Shout out to whoever went and got the big thing of cookies with all the different flavors.
Yeah, those.
Tia actually made my burger, by the way. It was good. But yeah, the people, was a lot of people there. It was probably our biggest turnout up until that point.
Awesome. So, what is the best part about living here, period?
Living here, you know, you're gonna meet a lot of people. For me, I play basketball all the time. I use all of our amenities. I go to the gyms, the
That
basketball
24
court.
hours gym. Has there ever been a time that you were in there like
Yeah, I
late
worked
night?
out. The latest I worked out was 3 in the morning
Mm.
Oh wow.
at the gym in Cottages. I played basketball until 3 in the morning also.
Mm.
I play volleyball. I've used all of the amenities here,
Even the dog park?
even the dog park.
Oh wow.
Absolutely. So what's your favorite amenity? Because I know you keep saying basketball, gym. What's your favorite?
My favorite amenity is basketball court.
Which one? Well, never mind.
Alright, so how does that
Sorry,
even go?
there's
Like, do y'all
another
have
one.
like tournaments? Like, how do you all
Um,
connect to make sure you all have a game?
So for the basketball court, it gets so deep out there. Like a lot of people come out there, they run 5-on-5, and the games are pretty intense.
Wow.
And it's just fun. You know, it brings people together, it keeps people out of trouble, and that's all that really matters. Having fun.
Now I know I've seen you on the volleyball court too when I beat you in that one game. Do you enjoy playing volleyball as well?
Yes, I enjoy playing volleyball. I enjoy beating people like you, and you know, whoever else wants to get beat in volleyball.
It got pretty intense out there, guys, but the girls definitely win.
Alright, so would you recommend a friend to live at Block 43?
Yes, I've recommended a lot of people. In my 3 years here, a lot of my friends have actually moved here because of me.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Awesome. So, like, have you participated in our social distancing activities? Because I know we had a Berkeley bingo. We've had Block 43's Got Talent.
Mm-hmm.
We've done virtual Zumba, virtual yoga.
Yes, I participated in a few Zumba classes. You know, I get my Zumba on 11 a.m. Tuesdays, Thursdays. You know, I try to wake up for Zumba. Zumba was pretty good. I did yoga at the pool with Tia also. That was a good turnout. And you know, I have so many talents, so I didn't want to just do Block 43 Got Talent because I got too many talents.
So, speaking of talents, what's your hidden talent?
My hidden talent, I'm a chef. If anybody want to go heads up in the kitchen, we can make it happen. So
I think we brought up something about cooking twice within the last team of Block 43s. So, comment if you would like for us to have a chef show.
Comment if you want to do like some quick recipes, a cook-off, whatever the case may be. Comment because we can make it super fun, super interesting, and still practice social distancing.
really, I think a lot of people just don't know how to cook. So if y'all want to learn how to cook, then
That's what I said.
that's my cousin. Why y'all be cooking, but they don't be.
All
anyway.
right.
Anybody can do all things.
Yes, just put your mind to it. Because at Block 43, we are here to make your dreams come true. So if your dream is to become a chef like me,
And me?
And me.
then comment below that you're interested. We will do a poll about it probably. So make sure you reach out and do that poll and stuff like that. But back to Jerry, and I have another question. What's your favorite social that we had? Because we talked about outdoor events. I want to know what's your favorite social. Like, was it Valentine's Day speed dating or Free Food Fridays or chicken and waffle? That was a hit.
That was a hit.
Okay, so chicken and waffles was the only one that I actually missed. But my personal favorite is the Halloween social, painting pumpkins and eating pumpkin pie.
Yes, that was so much fun.
And I never missed it. From the 3 years I lived here, I never missed a Halloween social. Painted pumpkins every year.
We also had the blow up thing. Did you do the race?
I did do the
relay
race. I did the pre-race before the people got out there. Me and Kendall. I lost to Ozzy, but it's okay. I'll let her win.
Don't be a sore loser. Be a Block 43 winner.
Yes, because we are the dream team.
Now, did you have any questions for us, Darian, before
Yes.
we move on?
Yes. Question number 1. When are the Rams going on the basketball go?
We already answered that question. But since he didn't have any more questions, I would like to say
We are going to answer that question again.
Okay.
So, just again, pay attention to your emails as we are going through phases to get back to normal. The first phase is pretty much how it has always been, but eventually we'll be opening the office to you guys, so just make sure you pay attention to your emails.
So
Yeah.
So yes, like we said earlier as well, Jarian is our on-site physical trainer, personal trainer, right? Am I saying it right?
Yeah, personal trainer.
Personal trainer. So if you guys still need some training, in the house, we're
Are you
doing
doing
nothing.
any specials?
I don't have any current specials, but I have quarantine training sessions, so
Mm-hmm.
not missing out on any training at all.
Don't get the quarantine 15 when you can be with
Do
Jim.
not get the quarantine 15.
Unless you're trying to game.
Yep.
Now, if you're trying to game, he can also help you out with those. He makes some really good pancakes and turkey burgers. So yeah, if you need any questions about, diet, I know he's helped me a lot with toning, losing weight, gaining weight, whatever the case may be. He is our on-site personal trainer. Reach out to him and he'll answer all those things for you and get you out there. We have, like we said, we have a lot of hills. We have a lot of picnic tables. He utilizes them all. Yeah.
Alright, so that's pretty much the end of our tea with Block 43. So again, if you have any questions, comments, like, and subscribe. Even though this is Instagram, you can still turn on your post notifications, never miss a beat, and you may be our genius of the week.
Yep, so make sure you
That rhyme?
Make sure you DM us the answer to the riddle. As a reminder, the riddle for this week is...
The more you take out, the bigger it becomes. What am I? I feel like it's trash.
Is it trash?
I don't know. Is it?
Does trash get bigger when you take it out?
Maybe.
If you keep adding to it.
Yeah. So the more you take out, the bigger it gets.
Yeah.
So really think about that. We're not the geniuses. He might be. We'll never know. Stay tuned on Thursday at 2 o'clock, same time, same place. If you have any more questions, make sure you DM us. Thank you so much, Jarian, for sitting in with us. We had a great time. Thanks for being the super resident and bringing all those residents. Try to be more like Jarian. Thanks, guys.